Everybody? It's your boy Three Stacks in this thing, and I just want to say thank you so much for your patience, and I love you guys for bearing with me. I know you've been wondering what's going on. Possibly, I haven't posted in a while. Life happens. Honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh is not my life. I have a lot of responsibilities. I live on my own. I pay my own bills, so stuff happens. I did. Last time I played was at the regionals. Dang, I'm trying to remember what regionals. The San Antonio regionals. Where I did that video with Billy, and that was the one I got 33rd place. And after that, I kind of just took a break from Yu-Gi-Oh. I just wanted to put this video up, of course, giving you guys my update for the ban list on my favorite deck in the world and the deck that kind of made this channel what it is. But also I'm doing this video just to let you guys know I'm alive and well. You're gonna hear from me soon, just not as soon as you think. Just a lot of stuff I need to take care of. I've just been doing a lot with my church. Like I go to church like half throughout the week now, and I've been doing a lot of giving back to the community, giving food to the homeless and clothes to the homeless, and just investing in the kingdom of God and trying to live more of a righteous life, trying to stay away from drugs and stuff like that. Just been, if you guys understand and if you guys can respect it, it's just been a personal walk with me. So I had to cut back on Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh was kind of becoming like an idol, and I didn't want to put anything before God, so I had to like cut back on it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this deck profile, and I know you guys been waiting for it, so this is definitely for you guys that have been faithful and waiting, for a very long time it seems like, but it's only been like 3 weeks. But this is the Herald Perfection, of course. I'm always putting a twist on it. This is updated with the ban list because I was running Zoodiac before, and I was actually happy about the ban list because it gave me space for a lot of cards that I wanted to run in the first place but never could fit. So it didn't hurt me, it just helped me. So without further ado, and again, I apologize for the delay. We're going to hop into the deck profile. So of course, we're running 3 copies of Herald of Perfection. There is no explanation needed here. Moving forward into lean format, I'm probably going to be running one of the most dominant decks. And I assume that a lot of people are gonna jump to decks like this or like True Draco. And if this does become a trend, you guys don't forget who I am because I was the Herald of Perfection enthusiast from the beginning. So if anybody starts jumping on the bandwagon, remember I didn't have a bandwagon. I've stuck with this deck forever. But we're running 3 of him. He negates anything. I mean, he's like the definition of anti-meta. I love him a lot. And of course, in tandem with that, we're running 3 copies of my Pom Pom Girl because this is my baby. I mean, come on, man. It's Jaden and Alexis. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX era if you were around that time. I love this girl. That's my pom-pom girl. She's my cheerleader. And in tandem with that, we're running 3 copies of my Handy Manny. I'm running him at 3. It just bumps up the consistency in an insane measure. And all my level 4 normal summons, I like them to have value in the sense that they replace themselves with another card. Especially when you're comboing off with your Zoodiac Barrage so that you can plus a little bit harder with it than you normally would. Like, for example, in a pure Zoodiac deck, they might have to normal summon like something like a Whiptail to make the Daigusto Emerald, whereas you summon Manju, you get a search off of it, and you still net that free plus off of the Barrage and the Emerald. So it's pretty cool. So I wanted to bump him up to 3 so you can see stuff like that, and it's just like him, you only need pre-prep, and you got it pretty much from there. So he's a really, really legit card. And I regret replaying him at less in the past, but if you guys notice, the deck has been through like 20,000 transformations. Not literally, it's only been through like 30 something different builds. But I mean, then again, I was actually surprised, come to think of it, going over just like my history with this deck. And I'm sitting here like, I've literally rebuilt and retransformed this deck 30 different times. Every single build was different from the other. And it either got better and more consistent or just became completely different. And I'm really loving this build. So of course, moving forward to my favorite stuff. 3-star Seraph Scepters. This is his scepter. Scepters are for kings. Like God has his own scepter, which is on point. I imagine it. But scepters are for rulers. And Herald of Perfection is a fairy, which I do love. The deck. It's like fairies. They're good guys. I like that they're not evil looking. There's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that kind of symbolize evil and the devil and stuff like that. I like these cards because they're fairies. Fairies, I look at them like angels, and they're the coolest angels. They're the best angels. In Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. And also, if you look into the Bible, there are actually angels called seraphims, which are seraphs. So the star seraphs are actually themed after angels that are in the Bible if you read about the seraphims. So it's pretty cool, which, learning more about my deck, I didn't even know that star seraphs were that much more cool than I thought they were. Of course, 3 chair, you have to. It's the combo. This is how I like win all the time going second. Everybody knows me for stick chair. Half the time I draw it and never have to search it, and then the other half I just search it. And then, of course, in tandem with that, I'm playing 2 copies of Honest, and my favorite card right now is Barrier Statue of Heavens, which puts in all the work, like literally all the work. Like this guy by himself just wins games. And when you have Herald of Perfection and him on board, what are you gonna do? I mean, the only deck that could play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is True Dracos, which is not very difficult. It really isn't. They try to confuse me with their chain links and stuff, but like I always know what to stop and when to stop it. Moving forward to the Zoodiac portion of the deck, we just have 2 copies of Ratatouille, 1 of the Queen of Snakes, Viper, and 1 Ram Ram for the combos. You kind of have to play Ram Ram now because, you know, no more Fusion Sub, no more Norden. Not really tripping off that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the monsters. It's chunky on the monsters. Honestly, it wouldn't be as chunky if I wasn't running the extra 4, but just having those 4 extra Zoodiac monsters actually complement your play so well. It does not even like clog with running the barrier statue, you would think, but there's a way you do things. Obviously, if you have the Ties of the Brethren combo, you want to activate your barrage or do your Zoodiac shenanigans first and then Ties of the Brethren. Or if you can only do one or the other, weigh out your options and consider which one would be the best. You feel me? If Ties of the Brethren will be more of a benefit. If you're playing True Draco, you probably just want to go for Zodiacs and just leave the barrier statue alone. So that's it for the monsters. And hopefully I'm explaining things in a thorough way that you understand what I'm saying and you're not confused. If you're confused, rewind like 20 seconds and just listen to what I said over again. 3 copies of my favorite card in the deck and 1 of this Lifesaver right here. Prep is just insane. It does what it does in just so many different ways. It's better than pre-prep most of the time. It's not once per turn. And if you don't believe me, I mean, I've put this back into my deck and literally just drawn it off of a Star Seraph combo and used it the same turn like twice. It's stupid. I really, really love it. And it saves my life a lot. So that's the preps for you. And then, of course, we got my Floodgate. This is like when I want to play anti-meta helmet mode. Just say no special summon. And locking my opponent out from special summoning does like 75% of my battle, which also reserves a lot of my resources and fairies that I would have had to, you know, discard to negate to stop those crazy, you know, shenanigans. But it's just like I don't have to. So I really do like the ties. It's 2,000 life points to save 3 to 4 negations that you would have never had to use because your opponent can't special. So all you're literally doing is negating spells and traps, and they normal summon. So I really like how the barrier statue complements the Herald. And when you have the tits and you get your barrage, you make your Trident, you make your Herald of Perfection, you make your barrier statue, you have the disruption in the form of Trident, you have disruption in the form of the barrier statue, you have disruption in the form of Herald, which is the ultimate disruption, you have complete resiliency to your opponent's plays, and you have numerous resources to back you up if that board somehow gets broken. You can reestablish. This deck has never struggled. This deck is never like the kind of deck where you're like scratching the bottom for pennies, trying to get 50 cents for like a swisher. It's not like that. You always have abundance. You have more than enough. It's like you never run out. And in tandem with that, we're playing 3 Bayraj. It's still at 3. I mean, come on now, fam. Like, Zodiacs are still legit. And you just keep putting this back into your deck off of this baby right here. Where's she at? My favorite, which I call this card Las Vegas. You guys know me for my nicknames. I love this card. It's Las Vegas. Everybody goes to Vegas to get married. It makes sense to me. And all I see is these guys getting married. And it's really cool. It's legit. I like the artwork on this too. I love the artwork on all my spells. I love the Ties of the Brethren artwork. I like the artwork on Barrage. And I love how Ritual Sanctuary looks and works. This spell has the most functionality out of all my spells. It's actually the most durable. You get the most long-term results just by letting it sit there. It gradually, not even gradually, it actually accelerates your game pace and just makes everything much better. Searching every turn, recycling every turn, getting those natural free pluses that you shouldn't have. And then in tandem with that, we have 2 copies of Optimus Prime and 3 Dawn of the Herald. That sums up the main deck. Sorry if I moved a little fast on that, but I don't want the video to be very long because I kind of want to get back to my Bible study. No, I'm sorry. There's 3 more things. I apologize. I'm still running the Foolishness. Well, I'm not still. I added the Foolishness back in. I'm not doing 3 Foolish Burial Goods this time. And the only reason why is really space issues. If I could, I would, but I would rather take something out for it versus add it in. So I just chose to run 2 Foolish Burial Goods and 1 Metaphors Fusion. This is live when you have Stick Chair. This is live when you have Ritual Sanctuary. This is live when you have Foolish Burial Goods. It's just a generically very, very good spell for this deck. I recommend any Herald of Perfection player to run Metaphors Fusion. If you also noticed, I'm not running cards like Upstart and other stuff that I was running in the past. To each his own. I honestly recommend that you look at all of my Herald of Perfection builds in the past and see which one suits your playstyle. But now that's the main deck. I apologize that I missed those last 3. Sorry, you guys. It's really late where I am, and I've been studying like crazy. I feel like a crackhead. Like I need to sleep. But I wanted to do this because I'm looking around and I'm like, you know what? My channel is like hurting. Like I feel like my people think I forgot. I don't want you guys to think that I forgot about you. I really love you guys and care about you. Two Daigoso Emerald, two copies of Roadkill. Chicago Bulls suck, but you have to search. Bacon Bits because it's America. She's Kong. Well, he or she is Kong. Well, I think Tiger Motor is a she, but I'm gonna call her Kong, which is the dude off of Jungle Book. You know, that tiger that killed everybody. Well, not killed everybody, just whooped everybody. And then she's like baby Bambuku raccoon. And my Star Seraph stuff, you got to have it. Of course, Tiger Mortar technically does count as well as Chakanine. These all count as Star Seraph targets because you can make them with 3 XYZ materials. So it just helps having extra targets if somehow, you know, you run into a random Dino deck, which is kind of dying down. Starleech Paladynamo, he's great. I had to choose between Paladynamo and Fairy Cheer Girl. Unfortunately, Fairy Cheer Girl did not make the cut because I don't have Instant Fusion anymore. I don't have Norden. So Fairy Cheer Girl is not as accessible. This guy's great to turn your barrier statue off. You want to put barrier statue in another level 4 light. Turn it into this guy simply so that you can special summon your Zoodiacs. And he nets you free cards. He also can let you push for big damage. He's just a generically great, not generic, but he's just an all around great rank 4 that I think any light deck should run because he should just be like a staple. He's awesome. And Tornado Dragon, Dweller, and Gagaga Samurai sums it up for the extra deck. So, you know, losing the Terror Top and the Invoker and all that stuff just gave me room, space that I needed. 3 Raw Spear Modes is still by far one of my favorite side decking options. Even moving forward into Link format, 4 Kaijus because Masterpiece is a butthead and I don't like him. An extra Whiptail because it helps out a lot. I only have 1 in the main deck and I didn't want to play another Whiptail and have 5 Zoodiacs. I just wanted to keep it at 7 Zoodiac cards and the rest being my Herald. So having the 7 Zoodiac cards is kind of like you'll draw one of them every so often, but I don't want to draw like 2 Zoodiac cards if you get what I mean. I don't want to draw like Barrage and Rapier, for example. So I run it to run like the bare minimum of Zoodiac just to have enough to play Zoodiac but not make it Zoodiac. So extra Whiptail, it helps a lot for the damage. 2 Slumbers, 2 Dark Holes, Raijiki, all of them get recycled. 2 of the regular Mirror Force. I sold my Quakings. I sold a lot of cards actually. I was kind of struggling for a second. I lost my job and sold some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So these would have been my Quakings, but I sold them. So for now, I'm just running 2 regular Mirror Force, and that will sum up the main deck, extra deck, and side. And I just want to, you know, tell you guys that I really miss you, and you're gonna hear from me soon. Not as soon as I hope, because it's just a lot of stuff I need to do. Brother's been very busy, but I do love you guys so much. God bless you guys. Jesus loves you, and I just want to encourage you guys to, you know, give God a try. Just give him a chance. You know, he's giving you more than enough chances, and I don't say it to make you feel bad. Just give him a try. You never know. You don't like it until you try it. So once you get a taste of Jesus, it's like honey in your mouth. It's sweet. It's like a drug. It's addicting. God is awesome. He's incredible. He's transformed my life in an insane way. Like, it's just, I'm really loving it right now. So if you guys are going to get mad, I really recommend you don't get mad because my reasons for not posting videos are genuine. I just really am pursuing God as diligently as I can. Thank you guys so much. All honor and credit is due to the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. You'll be hearing from me very soon, hopefully. And just don't give your hopes up. If you have anything you need to say, go ahead and just drop a comment. Be like, yo, 3 Stacks, what's going on with you? I'm not going to ignore you. I'm going to let you know what's up. Thank you guys again so much, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Peace safe. I said peace safe. Be safe, y'all. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells, and Carthage must be destroyed.